Okay, I gotta ask, why do people insist on walking through dark alleyways that are more than likely to have suspicious thugs around? That is assuming these big spider members were there before Congo decided it would be a good idea to step forward into this dreaded corridor. Careful and wise students like her shouldn't take any shortcuts. They should use the official entry.
Who are you?
Hey now, picking on young girls, are we?
That guy's reaction to Kurozma showing up was a bit late. His comrade saying, "Who are you?" should have been a giveaway to him that somebody came to save the day, as opposed to said comrade getting beat up after asking that question.
Going after somebody like Congo was a gutsy move.
Wow, you must really hate Congo, even after she showed glimmers of kindness 2 episodes ago.
No matter how many of them ganged up, level 0s wouldn't be a match for a level 4 Esper. I guess they learned that lesson the hard way. Unless they're stupider than they look, of course.
That isn't how it happened.
Huh?
It's all in Congo's report.
That Kuroko didn't read for some godly reason. How irresponsible can she be?
I don't know what they're called exactly. It's a particular kind of garment. Something you would generally see on men who ride motorcycles and the like.
A leather jacket?
Yes, that's what it was.
You know Congo sucks at fashion when she doesn't know what a leather jacket is, let alone what one looks like. Why would he take off his leather jacket after the fight? Kurozma is the true leader of Big Spider, yet his spider tattoo is fairly small. Not exactly a big spider. Now I'm not sure whether to say this song is better than the first one, because Level 5 Judge Light is another excellent opening theme. Ripside always excels at making fire-ass beats, and this song is no exception. It almost feels like a song suitable for a final battle, which is funny considering it is used in 2 really badass moments in the series. Not only that, but the vocals feel a bit deeper too, but I guess that's a testament to the singer having an astounding vocal range. I guess I'll lean towards only my Railgun being the better song at one point, but over time I might have a Silent Party Space Railgun Euphoria and say that Level 5 Judge Light is superior. Regardless, what a fantastic song to use for the second half of Season 1. As always, let's hear it. The opening is pretty good too. The visuals have a much darker tone than in the first opening, which is something I welcome. And as usual, we get an idea of what characters will appear in this portion of the season. They're also pretty good at not making it obvious who the villains are. I mean, I didn't think Thuristina was the main villain of Poltergeist when I first saw this opening, although it also shows that Kiyama will be returning at some point, which I feel should have been kept a secret, but that's a minor complaint of mine. The best part of the opening is definitely the combat sequences that occur once the chorus kicks in. They're all really flashing and very pleasant to watch. In fact, the entire opening is a pleasant watch. Great follow-up to the first opening. Drifting near the edge of a cliff is very dangerous. You could potentially fall off and die.
I just don't have any patience for people who would rather hurt others instead of facing their own reality. If you want my opinion, it's both futile and cruel.
It's beginning to sound like you're talking about me now.
What? You're nothing like that, Satan.
Actually, she was like that. She didn't want to accept the reality of who she really is, hence why she used the level upper as a desperate move to be better.
It takes a lot more guts to act on your own like you did when you were so desperate to level up.
Satin didn't act on her own when she used the level upper. She and her friends used it. They used it together, not on their own accord.
It's not you. It can't be you, right?
Well, Congo said he had a leather jacket, so it more than likely can be the guy you lost 2 years ago.
Here's the thing. The guy who took out Tomazo.
Why are you acting like it was only Tomazo who was taken out? He wasn't the only one who was beaten up by the real Kurozuma.
I am Kurozuma, the rightful head of Big Spider.
And yet your tattoo has a spider that isn't big. In fact, it is smaller than the one on the real Kurozuma, and that one wasn't big either.
It's Big Spider again?
Yes, this is the third time this week. They seem to be kicking their campaign into high gear.
We'll have to take the wind out of their sails then.
Not we, sissy. You know full well that I don't approve of you getting involved in our cases like this.
Never mind the fact that you didn't object to Misaka actually helping you in the past. If you really don't want her to get involved, you shouldn't tell her everything. She'd more than likely want to get involved if given the facts.
Well, let's get going.
You know you shouldn't get involved.
I'm pinch hitting for Connery. Now come on.
Oh, hold on, sissy. Did you hear what I said? Oh, all right. I can never say no to you.
You didn't have a problem with saying no to her before.
Wow. Strange, huh? Not a bad word to describe this place.
It's not like I expected them to have their headquarters in a mansion or anything, but this is pretty bad.
You know, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that out loud when there are people close by who can clearly hear you.
Hey ladies, what brings you to our part of town?
Take a look at this. These two are with Judgment.
Except one of them is from Judgment. You can tell by the armband she's wearing.
Take a look at this.
You gotta take a look at this cliche.
Hey now. Picking on young girls, are we? I'm afraid we can't have that.
What the heck?
Is that milk?
Really? Some guy shows up to help your asses and you ask if that's milk? Of course it is milk.
I get it. He's trying to show off in front of these girls by playing hero.
Am I now?
How about you walk away and mind your own business?
Here you go, sir.
This is what happens when you spill his favorite milk. You get beat up and have to buy a new carton for him. Guess you learned that the hard way.
You know, it's funny. I don't remember asking for your help.
Just be thankful for it anyway. No need to be rude.
It's just you reminded me of a girl I once knew whose chest was no bigger than either of yours.
Overlooking the fact that that comment wouldn't trigger a good reaction in real life. Not really. Her chest is bigger than Misaka and Kuroko's, considering she's a high schooler.
It's not like I don't understand.
Understand what?
The way the members of Skill Out feel. You keep trying and trying, but your level never goes any higher.
You haven't tried to level up yourself, and you still complained about being a level 0. You only leveled up using a harmful device. You should have learned your lesson by now.
By any chance, do you recognize the name Wataru Kurosama?
Nope, I'm afraid I don't.
I'm surprised neither of you asked him what his name was before coming up here. It would have saved you a lot of time, don't you think?
Let's go and check out some other places. Maybe we'll learn something.
Sure, sissy, but at least wait for me.
You should keep up with her instead of just standing there for a split second doing nothing. Then Misaka wouldn't have to wait for you.
I see. You guys are Skill Out. You're messing with the wrong guy. I happen to be...
What was a small rock gonna do against a metal pipe, let alone 4 of them? Does she even have an ability? It's never shown here, and if she does have one, why didn't she try to use it against them? She'd have plenty of confidence within her if she did, let alone have an ability at all.
See that? Now, unless the rest of you guys want to end up like him...
Think we're scared of someone like you?
What happened to all that brave talk of yours?
He had a gun pointed at him. Of course he wasn't gonna speak.
We searched all over Strange and didn't find anything. Then we come upon these guys while just walking down the street like normal.
So, all's well that ends well, right?
Yeah, because not having any leads on Big Spider and beating up a Skill Out gang without asking about the location of their base is considered a good ending.
We represent Judgment.
One of you represents Judgment. Clearly not Misaka.
Stand back, sissy. I can handle the likes of these wretched pests all on my own without any problems.
Whatever happened to understanding the merits of teamwork and learning not to do much on your own? Guess that must have slipped over your head.
That device over there is called a capacity down system. Essentially, it jumbles up the arithmetic capacity of the brain. But it doesn't work on members of Skill Out. All we hear is a high-pitched sound, annoying but harmless to us.
Why doesn't it work on you guys? Is it because you're level 0s? Level 0s are espers. Some of them even have powers, like Toma. Kurozuma's right next to the van in this shot, but is in front of Misaka a few shots later.
Die!
Just shoot him! You have plenty of time to. He would have been dead immediately. See that Skill Out? Even level 0s could put up a fight without any supernatural powers. You should be taking notes here.
When it comes to milk,
It's gotta be Musasano.
Huh? Konori?
Surprising plot twist that Konori knows Kurozuma on a personal level is not surprising to anyone. Obviously, nothing was gonna top tier my friend, so Real Force wasn't going to either. That being said, I still like this song. A nice change of pace from the first ending song. Literally, in fact, as the beat is faster. The lyrics are a bit deeper, although that is easy to tell when a song isn't about friendship, even just from the title. And Elisa once again delivers on the fantastic vocal performance we all know and love. Overall, not as good as the first ending theme, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that the song is still really good. The ending sequence here fits the associated song. The colors are a bit too bright for my liking, but it is really just an aesthetic choice for the ending, and therefore a minor complaint. It is totally different from the first ending too. You see the Railgun quartet looking pretty serious in the first half of it in particular. But don't worry, the lighthearted aspect of this show is still intact here when they take a picnic photo at the end. Still, the main tone present in this whole sequence somewhat fits what is to come in the second half of this season. All told, a good outro to the series and a fitting contrast to the previous one.
it's been a long time. Me.
Kurozuma.
That's not how episode 15 ended. If you're gonna make a cliffhanger like this, make sure what the characters say at the end of the last episode are consistent with the beginning of the next episode. Misaka and Kuroko reacted at the end of the last episode. They don't hear.
So Konori and Kurozuma know each other?
She hasn't explained exactly how they're acquainted, though.
But I thought Kurozuma was part of that gang.
He's supposedly the boss of Big Spider.
According to our information.
It makes no sense. How would she know someone like that?
She wouldn't be friends with a guy who goes around attacking girls.
Oh, that's not him. This is a different Kurozuma. How do I explain it?
Just say that the Kurozuma you were fighting the other day wasn't the real Kurozuma, but actually Hibitani. The guy who previously had ties with Konori is the real Kurozuma, not the one who was attacking girls.
Oh, you're junior judgment officers.
Two of them are. Stop being so vague. If there is one thing this story arc does well, it gives Konori some backstory to flesh her out more. It's not like Himegami where they only give her a flashback just to make her good. They give us hints about Konori's possible involvement with Big Spider, and then give us a flashback of the whole story. That's how it should be. Konori used to be a loner, but then found a gang she can look up to and associate with, considering she was a level 2 back then, or at least during that scene on the roof. She had nobody to turn to. Big Spider was where she was free to be herself for the first time. Konori was already an intriguing character, but this arc made me like her more, so I'll give this arc a like just for that.
Alienation? Self-discovery? Everyone who lives in Academy City is sure to experience those at some point. It's a fact of life here, like chickenpox.
Why chickenpox? Ami talked about the measles in the Japanese version and said Konori had those at one point.
学園都市にいると必ずかかるはしかみたいなものに、あの時のミーもかかってたのかも。
You could mention the measles in the dub and nobody would be offended by it, I don't think.
So, me. Word on the street is you're a level 2.
First of all, how did you know that? And where did you hear it from? And finally, if him knowing about it means Konori must have told somebody, then she should have known that skill out is for level 0s only. That, or she forgot. I don't know. Either way, why would she do such a thing?
Word on the street is you're a level 2. If that's true, you shouldn't be here.
You're an Esper too. Again, level 0s are Espers. Just because they don't have powers doesn't mean they aren't Espers. Skill out is full of them. Why shouldn't Konori be here?
Let me stay. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Is school not an option? Were you homeless before joining Big Spider? That's a weird ringtone to use for someone like you. Still, nice Kill Bill reference.
Let's go, Connery. This isn't the place for you. You have to know that.
Yeah, you're right.
Why did the wind suddenly stop?
I have to tell you, I really don't think this is the rooftop where you should be leaving your name. Sorry, me.
Oh, come on. You weren't even trying to hide that from him. It's obvious he saw it.
He's gone.
With no footsteps or the sound of the door closing or anything, he just vanished. How would the roof falling cause a fire? Was the roof already fallen before the attack? I wouldn't be surprised if it was, considering this is District 10.
You're still putting others before yourself, no matter what the cost might be to you. I couldn't stop you last time.
You could have tried to stop him by running after him before he arrived at the scene of destruction. Emphasis on trying. It may not work, but it is worth a shot.
Can I ask you something? Time's gonna pass, right?
Yes, time is literally passing as you're speaking. That shouldn't be a question.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
You brought my armband. But how did you...
You know, Connery, I think that look suits you.
You're right, but even without the armband, it suits her.
Weapons!
Me? You're looking good today.
Is that you, Connery?
Yes, you idiot. Kurozma just said that.
Hebitani. You've become quite the scumbag since the last time we met, haven't you? Relying on your minions and weapons to win your battles for you.
Seems like Connery just pointed out the cliche of the big bad can never defeat you on their own. They must rely on their minions to assist them. Nice railgun and all, but was that really necessary? You could have just unplugged the capacity down like Kurozma did last time and it would have been fine. Nobody was guarding the van after all.
Kill the girl!
You can't be serious! But that's the railgun of Tokyo Die!
Wait, so Big Spider knows who Railgun Mikoto Mizuka is, but not anti-skill?
What a pain.
Why take off the jacket?
Stay there! Stop!
Not an expert, but I'm pretty sure tape doesn't rip apart that easily. And how did that punch cause the dynamite fuses to spread out and not be taped together anymore?
Now. Here.
Why are you turning yourself in? You proved to be a hero back there. Or is any form of assault worthy of an arrest?
I have to say, it does look a little tight in the bust area, if you know what I mean.
Yes, well, that's because I drink it every day.
Yup, this confirms it, and the Railgun SOVA drives that point home in spades.
There he goes, talking about breasts just like he was before.
And somehow it's still not offensive.
You taking notes, Toma?
Kurozuma. Thank you.
Well, that ended rather quickly. Despite what others may say, that milk is not gonna do anything to you, Kuroko.
Somebody scrawled graffiti on this railing. Me, Kuro. Wonder what it means.
What do you fucking think?